Wow. Aston Villa have just been robbed in the Champions League by VAR. Now, I, for one, have known that this was not a great Villa performance tonight. This wasn't a great Villa performance. Defensively, we're a lot more solid. Final third wasn't good enough, and we're going to get into that. But at the end of the day, someone tell me how that is a foul on the goalkeeper. I will never know. And it is a terrible decision by VAR, by the referee. Diego Carlos has every right to jump for that ball. What the hell have I just seen? How can Diego Carlos not jump for that ball? How can he not have the right to go for that ball? Brushes the goalkeeper. It's a joke. It's never a foul. And that is robbery. That is robbery, chat. And I'm sorry, but it's true. That is absolute robbery. So big up to everyone in here. Make sure you smash the like button in here. I'm fuming. My head's gone at that. I've just watched it over and over again. And I want to know. I want to know who thinks that is a foul. And if anyone can try and tell me that's a foul, then justify it to me. But yeah, smash up the likes. Let me know as well in the comment section if you're watching on replay, your thoughts on it all. But yeah, that was an absolute joke. An absolute joke, I must say. I think today, credit has to go to the goalkeepers. Credit has to go to the goalkeepers. The goalkeepers have both pulled off two magnificent saves. Emi Martinez, world-class goalkeeping to save a header at the back post, getting himself across the line. Unbelievable. And then, of course, the Juve keeper pulling off a top save against John McGinn. We've come close. We've come close. But it's not been good enough again. Lots to unpick in this game tonight. Dino reckons, well, big up to Amadou, to Dino, to Andy Mack and Charles. Big up to Escape the Matrix. Big up to everyone in the chat. PC, saw the Juve shaking the rest hand saying, there you go, mate. You got your envelope. Exactly that. And he fell on from his own catch. Exactly there. Brain said robbery. Texture said robbery. All of you saying it. Meeks wasn't happy. Hindsight's in the house. Big up to Satcher as well. Now, I'm hoping, chat, that I'm able to use there. And I might need Satcher because I'm trying to click on the player's stats just to test it, but it's not quite working. So, do I need to press the interact button? And it might let me work. I'm not sure. Satcher might need to help me here, buddy, if you are in the chat. But we'll look into that in a second. But yeah, in the modern world of football, I found the goalkeeper. It's incredibly soft. I can't get over it. I can't get over it, really. In my honest opinion, it's not a foul. I can't have anyone changing my mind on it. But these are the stats below them that sort of end the sort of game. You can see the possession fairly even, 54 to 46%. But I think the biggest standout thing for me tonight was, again, Villa had 11 shots, but only 3 on target. Our conversion rate in the final third is a big problem. Now, we have talked about Villa's defensive frailties, and everyone's been annoyed at Villa's defensive frailties. But one of the big things I'd probably say about it is that we have not got that balance yet. We've got the balance now of, yes, we've had a clean sheet tonight. Brilliant. The high line wasn't used as much. If you notice, we didn't play as high as a line. But I would say Juve didn't have much pace up front to get in behind, so I don't think we were threatened by them too much in that sense. But the second thing for me is that where we've concentrated on basically having a really solid foundation, our attack suffered tonight because it was crap. And there are players that need to be asked questions. Again, I am asking questions of Leon Bailey week in, week out. And that's one thing. Number 2, Morgan Rogers, one of his worst games yet. Watkins, starved of service. McGinn works hard, but on the ball, really, it is not a flowing front line. Use window capture of a new tab of view in order to click on the shared window on browse source. It won't work. I don't know how to do that. Window capture. Let me see if I can find that. Window capture. Okay. Like that? Oh, no. I butchered it. I'm going to have to... there, we might work it like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm buggered. I don't quite know how to use that. I should have probably practiced. I should have probably practiced a bit more using it. But let me just see what he said. Use window capture of a new tab view in order to click on the shared window on browser source. It won't work. Let me see if I put... What if I do this? Sorry, chat. I'm trying to bring you something a little bit different, but I don't... I've fluffed it, basically. There's no point me trying to spend ages doing it now, but yeah, I fluffed it. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. Yeah, we'll do the next game for that, Satcher. Agree. To work that one out. I'll do it before I go live. Yeah, big up to Satcher. But yeah, ultimately, I think our attack has gone stale. I think the fact when you look at it, I'll say that again, Rodgers, Bailey, McGinn, Watkins, it just looks stale. It's just stale. And our decision-making today really frustrated me. Yes, credit. We've tweaked that defensive line a little bit. We played probably a little bit lower, but I think that is because of who we played against today. I think Yuri Tillemans and Kamara held more, is probably what I'd say. It's a bit more of a defensive-minded shape. But I just think we've lacked those patterns of play. I think that we don't really know how to click and flow in a free-flowing counter anymore either. I think our crossing... I'm big up to everyone who's in here, by the way. Make sure you smash the like button, people. Rack up those likes. But I've got to say, our crossing is woeful. I'm sick of seeing crosses float up for the goalkeeper to go and claim. I'm sick of us seeing hitting that first man. It's got to be better. PC said, Josh, I've been a Bailey supporter for his struggles. The mix-up with Dean was just wrong on Bailey's part. I agree, and that's a big thing there. It's 7 games without a win now, which is also another thing. So let's talk about them. Some key moments for me. And, we go back to a few chances in the first half. Number one was Ollie Watkins' half chance. Ball sets up for a half volley. He takes it on, and the goalkeeper pulls off a really good save for him. You've got to credit him for that. You've got to say, actually, do you know what? Yeah, not a bad effort, Ollie. Low, hard driven, good save. Key one, though, was for me the Luca Dean free kick. Probably our best chance where he hits the crossbar. And you think, okay, couple of half chances. Has Emi Martinez had to do too much work, though, himself? No. I didn't think Emi Martinez was really worked in that first half at all. Second half. John McGinn's was the biggest chance for Villa, but we saw Emi Martinez had to pull off that worldy save at the back post. And I'm telling you now, that save won't be spoken about enough, but that was one of the best saves I've seen in a while. Why? Because of the quickness of which Emi's got to move himself across his goal line. 2, the strength to palm it away. And 3, the reaction to get down. That was one of the best saves I've ever seen this season for me. Better than David Raya double save, I'm telling you that. But John McGinn's chance, he's got to score it. He's got to score. I think he's got to score. And that's where I'm going to be cynical now of this Villa attack. Where to be a top team and to finish in the top 4 and to be in the top 8 of the Champions League, we have to be clinical in these big games. And we're not. We're not clinical enough. We get presented 1 or 2 chances, good chances. It's got to hit the back of the net. McGinn's one there should have done. Really, really should have done. And he didn't so in that matter. Yeah, I keep changing that. I captain. Apparently it's 7 now. I thought it was winless in 6, but it's now 7. Big up to Super Matt. He's stuck in traffic outside the ground. I had to comment to Josh. That was never, ever a foul. Stale is a great word, but I still keep thinking of Rotherway, and some fans' expectations are way too high. Exactly. We're doing well, but I think we've set ourselves up on a pedestal from last season, and Don Unai is going to have always those expectations. But look, it is the attack is stale right now. It lacks fluidity, and something's got to change, whether it's personnel, whether it's system. Something has to change with the fluidity of the attack. They look a little bit lost. But big up Super Matty. That is a great comment. Thank you for that, and I hope you get home safely. But 100% a foul. The VAR thinks an outrage, says Sir Razzie, and he was very angry. Absolutely. Best save this season. And I think this comment's great as well. I think Diaby's becoming a bigger miss than we expected. I agree on that. I didn't think we'd miss him, and we actually do. By the way, big up to as well. Super Super Matty, super Matty Taylor. Big up to you. Big up the NHS. My guy, Super Matty. Villa, home and away. He loves it. And towards a haircut, agree one day it's coming. Next week of him. We're punched well above weight. Overachieved last season. Paying the price now is a great way to think of it. Yeah, and it's hard. I think, do you know what? Oh, yeah, great analogy there. There we go, Superman. But do you know what? I must say this. Is that it is what Dino said is absolutely spot on. How can you celebrate a goal now in this modern day football? Even Morgan Rogers half celebrated because he was a bit like, is that going to be given as a foul? We saw it was. We saw the fruition of that. And that's annoying. You can't fully celebrate a goal. But there's still things I'm asking the questions of. And I want to ask people this, and we're going to do some player ratings in a minute. Did we look a bit better with Matty Cash at right back today? Do we think that actually Villa have to play more games like this, that we play pretty boring, that we are quite defensively solid, and we just have to be clinical in attack? Is this the way going forward? Is this the way going forward? Big up standing. Ref bottled it, absolutely. Meekins changed his phone contact, and that won't let me set for chat. Not sure why. Oh dear. But love that, Meeks. But big up for being a member, Meeks, for 7 months. Big up to you. You're one of our own. You're a top lad, top legend. AVS clan, you know. And Chelsea this weekend's going to be mad. But now I'm genuinely saying this. Do Aston Villa have to play more games like this in the Premier League? A little bit more defensively, structurally solid. Let the attack take a hit. And then basically hope that one of our opportunities and chances hits the back of the net. I'd love to know what you guys think. Big up, Standing. Hope you're well. Big up to everyone as well. Smashing the like button. If you are watching on replay as well, do let me know your thoughts. But yeah. What I think that we can play a bit like this. I think that we can set up defensively solid. Almost, have that as our foundation and base. And then for me, make sure that we're clinical. But do you trust Watkins, Bailey, McGinn, Rogers at the moment? I don't know. Look, as for Juve, I think they'll be laughing. I think that Juve team was one of the weakest Juve teams I've seen in a while. There's a lot of injuries. I think that ultimately, they've come to Villa Park. Probably was expecting to lose here at the start of the season, the way they were seeing us beat Bayern, etc. And they've come away with a point, and a good point for them as well. So, look, we'll have to see how they feel. But let's do some player ratings then. First of all, Emmy Martinez in the chat. Emmy Martinez, what are we saying? Emmy Martinez, for me, is getting this rating. Emmy Martinez is getting a 10 out of 10 for me. And I'll tell you why he's getting a 10 out of 10. Because he saved Villa from having nothing today. When a player does his job, which is to stop the ball going in the net, and doing it with class and confidence and making a big save, that save alone is a 10. Because it's gifted Villa a point. Without Emmy, we don't get that. We walk away here tonight with nothing. So I've got to give Emmy Martinez a 10 tonight. Next one then, Matty Cash. And get you a lot of you going 10. I like it. This will be interesting. I think this will split a bit more. Get your Matty Cash player rating in. I'm going to give this for Matty Cash. Tonight. Matty Cash was a 5 for me. Cash did nothing wrong, but did nothing right. Cash for me was on the pitch. He was part of that defensive solid structure. You could argue, but Josh kept a clean sheet. Yeah, you could probably say that. However, I would also argue that I want my fullbacks, like I see team going forward. And I think that maybe I've gone a bit lower than everyone else, but I've got Matty Cash a 5. And that's my reasons for. Yeah, he looked better. He's better than Bogarde. It's better to have a nice right back in there. What have we given Powell then? What are we giving Powell? I think, again, for me, I'm looking at this being really respective in the sense of contributions. Powell's a 6. Maybe Cash should be a 6 for me as well. My reason and justification for Powell is didn't do anything amazing, didn't do anything wrong. So, Diego Carlos as well. Can I give Carlos? I'm actually downgrading Carlos for one reason. All right? I'm downgrading Carlos. Carlos ain't going to have a 6 with the rest of the boys. Carlos is having a 5 for that absolute mess of a counter-attack he made at the end. Wins the ball basically on the halfway line, breaks forward, rides a challenge, and then loses the ball the way he does and shits himself in the final third. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. So I've downgraded Carlos for that. Meeks, you can have a 6, absolutely. Let's go then to Luca Dean. What he did at the end of the game could have cost us a goal. Exactly that. That's why I've gone. That's why I've gone on lower there. Luca Dean for me, he can be on. What was his crossing like? He's going in between. Actually, I'm going Luca Dean. I'm going 6 again. Wouldn't say defensively he struggled. I think attacking wise he got into some good positions, put the odd good ball in. But yeah, just an okay performance there for me from Luca Dean. I'm going 6. I think I'm going quite harsh because I'm still fuming about the VAR ratings, the VAR overturn of the goal. I think I'm going really harsh on that, but there we go. Why do I hate Carlos? Well, I don't hate him. I think he costs Villa a lot this season in decision making at the key moments and areas and the big moments. Anyone can play well or hide in a game of football. It's when those big moments happen. How do you perform? So there we go. Right. Yuri Tillemans and Barkley. Sorry, not Barkley. Yuri Tillemans and Kamara. Tillemans was a 5 tonight. I'm being harsh on my ratings because I'm actually going with this. Yuri Tillemans got a yellow card, which meant it impacted his tackling ability. I think he wasn't as progressive in his passing as he usually was. And I think, again, Tillemans needs to play higher up the pitch. I think Tillemans, 0-0 in the end. I think Tillemans needs to play higher up the pitch. I really do. I think that's where I want to see him. But that's all I've got to say. I think Kamara, I think again, it's just very average performances tonight. Kamara's getting a 5, could be a 5.5, could be a 6 for me. But I think Kamara, an average performance in there, nothing special, nothing good. Broke up a few passes. I thought again progressively in possession, and I think I'm basically judging it on what impact did these players have on the game. I think Kamara's passing was off. Could be bumped up to a 6, but I am being a bit harsh there. All right, let's get into this guy, Leon Bailey tonight. I want to hear all yours, Leon Bailey. It could be happening, Meeks. What are we doing about Leon Bailey? What rating are we giving Bailey? I'm giving Bailey a 4. I'm giving Bailey a 4. Watkins, McGinn could play in the double pivot, yeah. I'm giving Bailey a 4. He had one moment in the game for that pass from McGinn. Now, if we had scored from that, maybe I'd have been putting Bailey up. But Bailey just lets the game go past him. He then got greedy. And actually, Bailey needs to be downgraded. Screw that. I've just remembered his incident with Luca Dean over that free kick. That alone is downgrading Bailey. That alone is taking Leon Bailey now to a 2 for me. How can Bailey kick Luca Dean off a free kick and throw a strop about it when Luca Dean's just hit the crossbar? It's crazy. It's crazy. How can Bailey do that? How can Leon Bailey kick Luca Dean off a free kick in the same area where he's just hit the crossbar? McGinn for me should have scored. Battled, a driving performance, a few shots, looked a little bit leggy, and giving McGinn a 5 though. Because again, I'm putting pressure on this attack. What is this attack producing? Why are we not producing enough clear-cut chances? And I think McGinn is one of those players that if we play John McGinn in this final third, we need to see numbers from McGinn. We need to see McGinn have assist, a goal. There we go. Morgan Rogers. For me, Rogers is getting the hammer for me tonight. What did I give Bailey? A 2. Rogers can have a 3. Rogers' decision-making in the final third was awful tonight. He had this way of which I felt that I was waiting for something to happen with Morgan, and he didn't make it happen. The only time I saw Morgan pick up the ball was on the halfway line near the end where he drove past someone. I actually think Morgan Rogers has to play central. Otherwise, you can't play him out wide. And this is where we're now struggling with the Ramsey injury and the lack of wingers because we're overcompensating. We're having to force Rogers to go out wide left because we don't have many wingers. We're forcing McGinn to play central to fit him into the team as well. There's a lot of that, in my opinion. But Morgan Rogers, the thing that probably annoyed me the most is his weight of passing tonight was woeful. Whether it was his crossing, whether it was his passing, whether it was those intricate ones in behind, his weight of passing was way off tonight. And it just summed up to the end where Duran wanted the ball, twice played through to him. Morgan Rogers picked out the defender. Ollie Watkins, what are we rating Watkins tonight? Watkins, for me, just falls exactly where the others land. 5. I think he ran the channel well. I think he held the ball up a few times well. He got a few shots away. He swiveled and turned. He didn't get... He had one half chance and put it on target. But what am I going to say about him? He's just exactly what Pete's probably saying. Good runs, but that's a service. And I think the same with Duran. Duran came on and looked frustrated because there was nothing coming his way. So there we go. But yeah, Juve find themselves creeping near that relegation though. Big up the Lexus, big up Fraser, Liverpool fan, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League. It's really hard to criticise Ollie, I agree, when you get absolutely nothing all game. But hey, that's the players' ratings. Summary is, we were robbed on that foul. I don't care what anyone says. VAR, the referee, do better. That's robbery. Second one for me is Emi Martinez. That saved us a point. But I think my final message is something has to change in the way we attack. We need more consistency in our attack. We need more directness in our attack. And we need to freshen it up. And that is either personnel, it's either the system, or it's either confidence. Something needs to change. We have a massive game on Sunday against Chelsea now for our Premier League encounter. We don't want to start falling 6-7 points behind Chelsea. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. So let's see what happens. But listen, I'm going to wrap it up here. I appreciate everyone who's coming live and direct and had a chat. I love all your player ratings. I've got to shout you out. Pete, Alexis, Standing, AVFC, Amadou, Fraser, Meakin. Time to recall Illing Jr. I'll take any winger right now. Honestly, I would. Get Louis Barry playing out wide at this rate. Standing. Everyone is in there. Brain, Alexis, VJ, Roy. The person's name I can never say because I can't see the font, but me, my friend, Kevin Williamson. You lot have been amazing. Dino, I appreciate it. Are you confident against Chelsea? Well, we'll have to see. But positive vibes on to the weekend. We go again. We'll lock it up. You lot have been amazing. I'm out of here. Captain, you know the drill. We're out of here. Ta-da!